Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Green Cities. What I've done, in the last episode you would remember I've built this train station over here and I haven't actually connected it up. What I have now done is I've actually connected it up in between episodes. Because it's a little bit of a tedious exercise in most cases, what I've done is I've kind of done that in between episodes. So as you can see, oops, where am I going? Interesting. Okay, so I've run it because it's at a higher level, as you can see there. I've kind of kept it at a fairly high level, slowly sloped it down but a similar level, and then I've kind of stuck it to the same level and I've just kind of bridged it all the way across this interchange. Look at that. Nice and over the top of that. And then on this side, similar thing again. I've almost not sloped it at all. As you can see, that looks pretty good all the way up there. A little bit of a slope up there to the top of the hill. I'm almost not sloped it at all. Got in there. Oh, and then it's kind of dropped in there. I'll see about fixing this a little bit in between some of the next episodes. Right, so just in there, there it goes, and dropped down there. So now we've got a bit of a freight line connecting through here. I've kind of stopped over here. I've connected this one up, which I know is not the way you would do it. So I've connected this one up a little bit. So we'll continue that in future as we continue the rest of the inner city over here. What is this? That's not connected, it seems. Ooh, why is that? Don't know. I'm not going to waste my time with that. So a lot of you guys have kind of mentioned you want us to go across the river. So I've went across the river. I've purchased 2 more tiles over here for us to work with. We're going to start out over here, and what I've done is I've built a bit of a trumpet interchange. This is not an asset. These little things here are assets, but this build is my own. And I've kind of done that with this alignment in place so that we can head to this piece over here. Maybe in future we'll bridge across. No idea. Not at the moment, at least. And maybe in the future we'll turn this into a bit of a 4-way interchange that then also runs along the coast over here. Just to add a bit of an extra sub-highway network. So we will be starting to lay out this area over here. We're not going to fuss around with this too much for now. We will see about how we lay out this one. So I'm going to jump straight into that. So let me grab the highway connection. I don't think I'm going to run a highway connection, to be honest with you. So if we do that, right, that does a pretty decent job of it. Okay, I'm not sure we're going to run a highway connection all the way through. I, on the other hand, am quite keen on just running a bit of a boulevard. So let's see, do we have some kind of asset that is going to change my highway network into a boulevard? I should have something. This is something. The short smooth merge. We could do something like that. Probably need to take it in a little bit over here. So if we do this one, short smooth, and then we'll turn that into a 3-lane boulevard that we're running up here. So that is most certainly an option. Other option is to highway it. Other option is to split these into various little roads. Service road arrangement maybe, and then split it off. No, I think for now I'm going to do this. Maybe in future what we'll do is we will upgrade some of this, but for now I think I'm just going to make use of this arrangement, and that's a fairly smooth transition. I'm going to grab the mover tool just a tad and just turn that out just like that. Perfect, just so that that's not a kink like that. So there we go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just extend this one straight through there. Also, what I'm wondering about is if we use some kind of other boulevard arrangement. What is that? 6-lane with dedicated tram. That's pretty cool. In which case the tram will do what? Get lost in between the bridges over here. So that's not really going to work for us. 6. No, that's not right. This is what we've got. Alternatively, we could use something like this, which is 4 divided with parking. Well, we can't really do 4. We need to do 6. We can then, as soon as we reach... okay, so what I'm going to do, grab my standard, which I've got over here. Let us run it up here a little bit. Okay, so there we go. And now what I'm thinking of is let's get a nice big 4-lane boulevard. That's quite, I like these interesting ones. I hope to use one of them at some point. 6-lane road with bus line and parking. Or alternatively, we've got some kind of where's the tram one again? Let's have a look. Oh, that's 6-lane plus tram in the center. So if we, for instance, run that, let's see how this looks, right? Let's see if we... So how are we going to orientate this? I want to almost orientate it like that. But before we extend it too much, let's have a look at that. How does that look? So that just gives us tram tracks right in the middle with a bit of a 6-lane. I'm not too sure I'm fond of that, really. I'm not too sure I like it. So I won't do that. Let's see, what else do we have that kind of includes a bit of tram? 4-lane tram boulevard with bikes. Shall we try this one? How does this one look? Where are the trams? In the middle with parking, and they run on there, and there's some bike lanes on the outside of that. Yeah, I'm also not sure I'm a big fan of that. I'm almost a bigger fan of what we've got over here. Yeah, so not a big fan of what I'm seeing right there. It's a bit of a monorail with tram. This is monorail. This is bus, standard bus stuff. This is a large avenue with grass. Maybe we'll try something like this. That's like 1 lane, isn't it? That's just 1 lane. Not sure I'm a fan of that either. Okay, anyway, what we'll do is let's do our standard arrangement. That at least gives us a little bit of a bus lane over there. We'll see how that works. So we're going to run that one just for now. So we'll grab this. What's our standard? This is our standard. So I'm going to run the standard straight into there. And then from this way outwards, I'm kind of thinking we go back to this arrangement we have over here. Like so. Right now we've got a nice big intersection over there that is allowing us to make movements in all directions, so that we really split the traffic over here, and we've got a bit of a bus lane system up and running that can accommodate our traffic a fair bit. So why is, hang on, why is that one, hang on, let's do that one so it's a little bit more consistent. Yeah, so this is a nice little boulevard arrangement into our new area. Okay, that is it for now in terms of this first main large intersection. Now what we'll do is we'll grab these roads and we'll extend them a little bit more. Let's just have a quick look at the topo tool. No problems whatsoever over here to run it straight across here. Right, I like that a fair bit. This one I'm almost thinking we turn and we run it up on that one over there. So if let's pop it out a little bit more like that. And if we then kind of turn it like this. So give me a 20. And we'll do 20 again. And we'll do 90. No, we'll need to do a little bit more like an 80-degree turn over here. Right. And then what we'll do is we'll see about running on this contour line. Right, this major contour line over here. Right, is that fairly reasonable? Yeah, it looks pretty good. I must say it looks pretty good to run it on that contour line. Nice bit of a shape over there. This one, on the other hand, is probably a little bit more problematic, so we'll probably need to run that into some sort of dead end over here. But I'm kind of thinking maybe we turn it in there, or maybe we just end it right here and we run another road on this contour line. Actually, that does make a little bit of sense, though. We hand it all the way to the edge over here. Yeah, so let's do that. But it's going to be a smaller road, in my opinion. So let's grab something that's a little smaller. Maybe still has a few bus lanes on it. Yeah, something like that. 4-lane road with bus lane. So if we say running it... Okay, so let's say we're running that guy over there. Then what I'll do is I'll have to trim this back just a little bit, and we'll join it back in there. Right, and that is kind of okay. So there we go. That's a bit of an interesting road arrangement over here. I'm a little bit worried that what we're doing over here is not a decent turn environment, though. So we might have to add a little bit of action over here to get it a quicker turn around this corner. Yes, we might have to do so. That side, we'll see. We'll see if we need to get into that. Okay, let's lay out the rest of this. Okay, so how are we going to lay out our little neighborhoody kind of things? Okay, let's start by finishing off this big road over here. And I'm kind of thinking we just end this one over here somewhere. Or shall we curl it back and go in there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that is an ideal arrangement. If we however run it here, right, it's gonna create a very, very nice cliff edge side road over here. Actually, let's just run it on there in general, and then at some point what we'll do is we'll connect them up again. In the meantime, we're going to have to look at something to fill it in. I'm going to do the same thing on that side. Wow, look at that. That's a pretty decent kind of thing, but we're kind of cliff side, something like that. So if I do this arrangement and we cut it across up here, right, is that, yeah, that is pretty decent. That is pretty decent, and we probably need to end that or bridge it across the top there. That's also another option. I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to leave that as is. Now, give me some basic roads. What is that? That's like a one-way. Is it a one-way? It is a one-way. Show me. It doesn't actually show one-way, does it? It might not be one-way. This feels like a nice little. This feels like a nice. That's the one-way operation. This is the one way. Now it's just one lane with bicycle lanes. It's got the wrong kind of decal on there. So let's see if we're saying that this is kind of a bit of a more local road type environment. Let's give it a bit of a. Let's see. Will it work to run it straight up here and connect it up there? That would work. Okay, so now if we try and achieve something that is, say, doing a little bit like, say, this, and say that. Would that... yeah, that works. I like that. As an arrangement, that definitely does work. It is a one-way. Okay, so that's not going to work. We're definitely not running one-ways in here. Okay, so let's just go to something a little bit more standard. Yeah, well, it's a very wide one-way. I can tell you that much. Actually, let's do a bit of this over here. Yeah, so that gives us a little bit of that. Okay, now what else do we need? We want... so if we do something like that. Okay, and if we turn it in like so, yeah, that is pretty decent. That works quite well. This one on the other hand, we do a little bit like this. Oh, that's not bad. And now what I'm kind of thinking is maybe we'll tie this one in that way, or actually what we could do is we could just keep running this in the middle here. This actually makes a little bit more sense to me to run the one in the middle there. Okay, and now let's get something to kind of fill in this area. So I'm kind of thinking of just doing a few straights through here. So we'll do one straight through there. Let's do one straight through here, and let's see about tying those together. So it's a little bit more interesting as it gets up here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't want to do too many of this because that's going to be very kind of steep, so we'll not do too much more of that. What we would however do is we do need to connect this at a few locations between them, but I don't want necessarily the T-junctions. I want it to be fairly split, so we keep the traffic a little bit more split apart. Okay, similarly on this side, what I would do is we'd run, if we run something up like this, okay, and then we run something like that. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. That works quite well in my opinion. Now shall we... I don't want it to be too rigid. Okay, shall we run another in here? I don't necessarily think that's sensible, is it? And it could be. Actually, it could be quite sensible to do that. So if we run another one in there, and now what we do is we kind of get to a point somewhere over here where we kind of tie it in. Right, that is also a bit of a more sensible arrangement. Then over here somewhere, let's keep extending this a little. See where that goes. But what we do is we... yeah, that is actually working, but this is a bit of a acute angle right there, which I'm not very fond of. It's a little bit too acute, I think, for it to be a reasonable intersection. So if we do, say something like that as a little bit, and something like this, no, something like that, and then we finish it off like that. That is much less acute, and it is quite a decent intersection. I like that idea a fair bit. And so what I'll do is I'll finish this off with another bit of a connection up here, and this one I'm actually kind of thinking maybe we run it down there so that we have a bit of a beach down there. So but let's just do that straight down here like this. Oof, can't quite handle it, can it? I'm not a fan. Not a big fan. We'll see about how we fix that maybe later. Okay, so now that we've got that, we still need a little bit more action in the center over here. So I'm kind of thinking what I'll do is I'll run a... I'll just run one of these. We can kind of just start it out like that, and then we'll probably need to turn it a little. Excellent, that's pretty good. We'll do the same thing over here. We'll connect that up. We might even connect that up all the way over there as a through movement. Now let's see, what'll we... Okay, so shall we do this and that? This and that. It'll be interesting. It'll be a bit more interesting. But obviously these kind of shapes are not the most efficient, but that looks pretty good. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure that we don't extend that, because that's going to be a little bit close for decent operations. Yeah, I don't want to get too close to this, because this junction, I kind of feel that this junction might be upgraded in the future into something a bit more substantial. And then on this side we can actually run... give me this this thing again, this one, and what I'll do is I will run this one up along here somewhere. Right, so that's a pretty decent connection into that side also. Right, so this is going to be our first and busy intersection, and I'm a little bit worried about this turning angle over here. Okay, not a big fan of what we're doing with it right at the moment. Okay, so there we go. That is the layout, start of our layout. I kind of want us to place our main community facilities kind of right in the heart of this. So if we say we're grabbing a nice big hospital, don't necessarily know whether we need it right up on the big road. Let's switch that off so we don't get a lot of conflict. I want to actually get the conflict and not just gonna tie it off. So I'm kind of liking that area over there for the hospital. It's slightly off the main road right there. It's nowhere close to the bus though. If we do it on the other hand, if we do it over here, it's right next up against the bus. Or if we do it on this one, aha, this road over here is going to be our primary utilities, I think. So I'll do the hospital right in there. Yeah, I'm going to put all of them on here. Hospital in there, police station, I'll do the nice big one. Okay, nice big police station right there. I want to do the fire station. Where is it? Which one shall I do? Shall I just do the standard big one? Right up against it over here. Yeah, perfect. I want to grab a nice big high school. At the same time, I'll do the elementary school. I'm kind of thinking maybe towards the back of it. It's not working over there. ABC Elementary, it's just not squeezing in anywhere. Gonna put the ABC Elementary maybe on this side. And is that one gonna... No, none of them will fit. None of them will fit. Anyway, that's fine. Anything else? Oh, we need a bit of a recycling center. What is this? This is the bus depot. Do we do a bus station? No, I don't think so. I want a bus station. Actually, let's get one of our bus station assets. Somewhere over here. Like that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we can actually run a bit of a pathway in the middle there. I like it. So let's do that one right there. And actually, to be honest with you, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly move it. Well, let's move it over there. And then I want to move it back. And look at that. Look at that. Grab me my my paths. I am going to turn off the snapping. Maybe let's pause it for a second, because all of this is flashing all kinds of colors now. So what I'll do is I'm going to run that one straight through there. I'm going to run this one straight through here. And I am going to add a pedestrian crossing. I thought I had a pedestrian crossing tool though. That's an interesting one. I really thought I had the tool. Anyway, I'll have to have a look at that, because what I want to do is put a pedestrian crossing right in the middle here, so that all of these bad boys are up and nice and up and connected with each other. Okay, the next thing I want to add in this kind of general area. Okay, that's about as close as we're going to get to this intersection, because that's tight. If we need to upgrade this, that's very close. But now the other thing that we need to have a look at is the garbage. So I'm going to put a recycling center, one of these actually. Somewhere along here maybe. This area can be a little bit more industrial. And what I'll do is I'll grab a bit of a road. No, let's grab a decent sized road, but we'll go with something plain. And I'm just gonna draw it off there. So if we do something like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these guys and I'm going to pop it in there. There you go. So there's our recycling center, kind of on the highway on the way in. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah, so that's the start of our new area. I think that's about it for this episode. I will continue to kind of zone it, get our commercial district and our residential districts and things up and running. Oh, the one thing that I've not done, however, guys, is look at my rail connection. So if geez, that's a massive bridge. We'll never bridge that. So what I'm thinking is we're going to run something over the top here. Right, we're going to run it in this gap here. We're going to run it, turn it up on this side, and then we'll bridge it. Alternatively, what we can do is we can run it here, turn it in here, and then bridge it across this way. And then we can turn it in this way and have a bit of a train station in here somewhere too. Yeah, how does that feel? Train station on right here would be very, very good. So maybe what we'll do, and shall we do sunken? I'm kind of wondering if we do sunken again. I don't want to do sunken everywhere though. A suburban train station. That's not bad. I'm not sure that's going to work. Anything else that we can use? Yeah, no, we've got about that, and then it's just this one. Now, I kind of like the idea of this suburban train station over here. My only worry is it's probably going to be better if I pop it in here somewhere, or over here, but in here somewhere, and then people have to walk to the bus station over there. Over here, it's very close to the bus station, so the connection straight down here to the bus station is going to be pretty good. Yeah, I think I want to do that. If anything, I don't mind taking out that connection and linking it up on over here. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So, train station right over here. Okay, at the same time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this one. That's not going to be our thing. What I'm instead going to do is I am going to grab me my snapping, put on all of that, and let us snap it. Is that too close though? Is that better if we do it like this, around there and around there? Yeah, I like it. I like that. That's a little bit better. Yeah, that's fine. So we could actually run a bit of a rail through there. But anyway, that's the rail station. So these guys are going to come out straight, connect into the bus station. No problems. We've got bus lines everywhere. So the only thing that's a little bit of an issue is how on earth are we going to run the rail through here? And to be honest, shall we actually, and I need to end this episode, but shall we look at running it straight in there and cutting it across? It is close though, it is quite close, but I am actually liking it. It gets a bit of a good feel. It kind of cuts off the intersection from everything. It's very close to be a decent operation, a decent level of operation, but we'll see how it goes. And so what I'm going to do is I'll run that one out there, and then we'll do the turn and we'll come across here. And what I'm actually kind of thinking is once we've bridged, maybe what I'll do is I'll run over here so we can have a few stations. So we can have like a station over here, and maybe a station over here around the corner somewhere, and maybe in here somewhere. That's not a bad spot for a station, and then we'll run it back into that station over there. Yeah, that's pretty good. I am liking where we're going with this. Okay guys, I'm ExactChaos. This has been Cities Skylines, Green Cities. If you liked it, as usual, please give me that thumbs up. Leave some comments down below if you've got some suggestions or questions or anything like that, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.